Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon Live. Because you don't know how it's going to turn out.
My kids empowered me to get out.
What's going on with this remote learning in the midst of COVID?
Working for different elected officials, learning and understanding how to put the community first.
Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I want to say hello to my co-hosts, Miss Tiffany and Vanessa. How you doing?
Good.
I am so hot.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad y'all gonna cool off, but before we get into our hot topics tonight, we're all very sad because our director, Miss Karen Nelson, has lost her mother, Ma Betty Lohar, which has been such a wonderful, touching, vibrant, exciting woman, and we just all loved her so much. And we always used to tease Carol, like, look, your mother got it going on, girl. She got more energy than you have going on. We went on her cruises, we went to her parties, and she was just such a nice, sweet person. And she took us all on just like we was her daughters and everything as well. And we want to give our condolences to Carol and her family, and to let her know that we are here for you. If you need anything, you just let us know, and that we're going to miss Ma too. But just remember, God doesn't make any mistakes, and you just stay in prayer, ask Him to help you, touch you, and you just hold on to Him, and you'll get through this. You'll get through this. So, well,
yes,
we'll get through tonight. We'll get through tonight.
We're here for you.
We want to start our hot topics tonight, and so we got some great hot topics to talk about. But first, let's just start off with our royalty family, Miss Kate Middleton, with her sickness and stuff. And I'm just saying, like, when someone, I don't care if it is the royal family or whatever, but if somebody becomes ill with a serious illness, I just think that we should leave these people alone, because just being stressed out by what people is talking about, trying to find out everything about you, what's wrong with you, it still stresses the person out. And, going through something as bad as cancer and stuff like that is bad enough. You're scared, and I'm sure she's afraid. She has children, her husband, and I just think we should just leave her alone. I don't know what it is that people just have to know everything in their business and stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how society looks at it. But like you say, she's human before any royalty, and they deserve privacy. And sometimes it stresses you out more when you have to worry about all these other things, like you mentioned, Lonnie, and then you got to worry about what is the prognosis? How serious is it? Is it what are all things that the public really don't know that's really going on, and it is stressful. And I think that she still felt obligated to be out there posing for pictures and taking pictures, although it came back that some of them was photoshopped and she had to come explain that. But she's still trying to be in the front, in the face of the people, when she's still dealing with these things. And psychologically, it can take a toll.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she is human first, and it's none of our business what goes on, or if she did disappear for a while. I mean, they did share with us that she did have a surgery early on in the year, but things turned out to be worse than what they thought it was. And then she just needed time to grasp what was told to her diagnosis, and what her next steps were going to be. And I feel for her. I mean, I've been in that situation before, and she should be able to have some privacy and to gather her thoughts and her plans with her family, because chemotherapy is not a walk in the park, and these are things that has to be explained to the children as well. So give them the privacy they deserve.
Well, this is what I'm saying. See, I just don't understand, like, why people, particularly in this country, I don't know what it is with the royal family, that you got to know every little old detail and crack about this family or whatever. I mean, the king is sick. He has cancer too. He needs time to recuperate and get well and everything. And I mean, and now that she's sick, and it seems like hers is worse than his was, and when you get devastating news, it just knocks you off your feet as it is. You don't even want to hear nothing about what anybody has to tell you at that time. And I just feel that we should be more prayerful for her and the king, to get well and everything. Because even when you find out all the little details about him, then what? What is that doing?
It changes nothing.
Yeah.
It
But
changes nothing.
But unfortunately, news sells, whether it's good or bad. And unfortunately, some people is rooting for good news, some people are really rooting for bad news. And it's because they're royalty. Everybody don't like royalty. People may think they're selfish. People have other perspective about their family and things over the years and historical things. But to whatever their belief is, they're still entitled to privacy. I don't care what they have done, what people may feel about them. They're still entitled to have peace and privacy.
Well, yeah,
all she did was, I was saying all she did wasn't in the limelight. So how does that really affect anyone? I mean, why is it that we have to go searching for Waldo or something? I mean,
well, that's because
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, that's the other thing that you just said about her being in the limelight. They was doing the duties and the work of what the royal family does and everything. But even when she got sick, and then they put out a picture or whatever. Oh, well, that's not the real picture. Then when they showed the video of her walking with Will, that's not her. That's somebody else walking. Like, I mean,
to the point where TMZ did a whole special, an hour special on where is Kate. I mean, I was saying to myself, really, out of everything that's going in the world, we need to talk about where is Kate.
Exactly.
And then you have to understand, here's a mother got her children. You scared to death because you afraid you might die and leave your children here or whatever. And then here we are again, just like when Princess Diana died and left her young boys and stuff. Like, we need to learn how to go in prayer for people and stop trying to dig up everything about it. Just imagine if the whole world is praying. What might could happen, because we know God don't make no mistakes and stuff like that. So we just pray for the family, and I just pray that the king and her gets better, so she'll be here for her family.
I definitely pray for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about Ivor Mayer and his scandal. Poor Mayor Adams, I tell you,
get a break.
Poor man, they're gonna make sure he don't get reelected as mayor.
They want to make sure,
because and you notice this pattern. Every time somebody's running for office or something, we always get a sex scandal. So, and then it's always 15, 20, and 30. I think hers is 30 years.
30 years.
How are we talking about something that happened 30 years ago? I can't even remember what happened last week. So please. Why are we talking about something that happened 30 years ago?
When you get paid for it, you remember real quick, right?
No, but my thing is, I'm a woman myself, right? So I know what it is if somebody touches you in the wrong way or put their hands where they don't have any business. But I mean, as a woman, I'm just talking about myself. I ain't talking about nobody else. As a woman, if you touch me in the wrong place, breast or my butt, my first reaction is I'm going to slap the shit out of you. This is what's going to happen. I don't care whether you the mayor, governor, or who you are. It's just a reflection that you do when somebody bothers you, that you don't want them to be touching you and bother you. I couldn't understand, just like when it happened when Governor Cuomo decided to run for president, they came after him, and the young lady that was talking about it, here she is in a picture with him with her arms around his neck, hugging on him.
They full of it. They full of it.
Him, and this is somebody you said touch your breast and put his hand down your back. Well, I don't understand this situation here.
I'm a woman, and I said to myself when I heard it, she needs to go somewhere and sit down. 30 years? Like, why should we even bother with going through litigation or anything or talking about a story that happened 30 years ago? Just because they changed the law for you, allowed you to now, prosecute or bring forth claims of sexual assault now years later. Why?
Yeah, but what she was saying is something like, well, I don't see what was the big. Well, I mean, I don't see the big deal in. She was saying something about he wanted her to touch her in his private parts and stuff like that. Well, if you don't want to touch the man, then don't touch him. How he gonna make you touch him? You want to position that man? You want a promotion that bad that you would go and do something like that?
Sometimes that's what it takes. Matter of fact, that's how a lot of these women are getting these positions.
But how does it help now? How does it help her coming forward 30 years later? She probably retired or whatever. She ain't looking for a position now. So why should we even worry about him? This is all a tactic to get him out of office or not allow him to get back in. Well, I'm sorry to say, they didn't have to go through this drastic measure because I don't think he was getting back in regardless.
Right, especially with the FBI investigation. There's other stuff that's going on in the pipe, for his election. So who knows what that's going to turn, but what the end result of that's going to be?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say just because all of that's happening that he wouldn't get back in, because there's a possibility he can get back. Look, if Trump is doing all this stuff he's doing, and he's going to get reelected as your president, then I'm sure Adams is not as bad as all the stuff that Trump is.
Well, we know why Trump is getting elected again. We all know why he's getting elected.
That's a whole
nother show, a whole nother story.
I know his is a whole nother story, but what I'm saying is, at least Eric's stuff is not as bad as his.
Not as bad.
But what I'm saying is, if somebody asks you to do something like that, touch you in the wrong spots and all like that, particularly when he was back there as an officer, he was just a police officer at that time. I mean, why didn't you say something then? You could have got him fired at that time. You could have got him fired at that time if he was doing something that you could prove it. But how you gonna prove that he asked you to touch him?
Nowadays, everything is motivated with money and greed, and unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast. And sometimes women may find themselves in a predicament to have a joker, a card in the hole. And sometimes when people reach out to them and they offer them a few dollars, and who knows, money talks. I mean.
Yeah, because if you always notice, every time it comes out, as soon as one woman say something, then another woman will say something.
Like a chain reaction.
Another woman will say something, right? Because my thing was with Bill Cosby, when they went after him to get him, and 60 women came forth, and you gonna tell me out of 60 women,
no one said nothing.
No one said anything about that until it was time for him to buy NBC. I mean, get out of here with this.
And they got paid.
And what would he need to do all of that for when you got them, the ones that follow the actors and everybody around, or if you have a show, you see how the women do at that time. So out of 60 women, nobody's going to say anything.
That nobody was strong enough to go up against him. Out of 60 women.
And look at his legacy now. Look at his legacy now.
That's what they wanted. They wanted to destroy his legacy.
It's just to come and destroy. It was the same thing with Harvey Weinstein, because you want to become famous and get a role in the movie. So you're going to do what you have to do. But now you're famous. Now you're coming after him to say this. Well, first of all, what are you doing up there in his apartment? You don't go to nobody's apartment unless you go in there for a reason, because we know when you go to a man's apartment what you're going for. But anyway, let everybody keep going to whoever the apartment they want to go to. We're going to take a quick break. So we'll be right back.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Back. Thanks for joining us. We are doing our hot topics, and our next hot topic, girls. You know they're coming after my guy P. Diddy. You know that. They're coming after my P. Diddy now. They raided his home.
My P. Diddy
today. You know, well, they say he's doing human trafficking now. I can't believe that. I mean, some of the other stuff they said I might believe, but human trafficking?
I believe everything. I'm going to say that I think that the litigation with Cassie opened the floodgates, and I'm going to say from personal experience, because I handle litigated cases every single day. And the worst people are companies and individuals because they hold on to their story until the day of trial. And the fact that he settled with her in a week, I said something is coming down the pipeline for him.
Mhm.
And here we are.
I think a lot of them is coming down. And I think 24, when they talk about more in 2024, we're gonna get a whole lot of more of something. We're gonna get an earful of a lot of things in that industry because a lot of people has been using their power and their wealth and their connections over the years to do the things that they've been doing and also to get them where they are. So now you have people is coming out, and like you said, when Cassie opened the floodgates for his particular case, you're gonna find it's gonna be a trickle down domino effect. Just like Bill Cosby and everybody else, it's going to trickle down domino effect, and you're going to be surprised, well, maybe not too surprised, of how many people are going to be implicated. But I think it's much more than human trafficking. I think it's other stuff that connect him to, like Tupac's murder. I think he's going to start connecting.
They always said Biggie murder. They always said he
they always
was part
said
of that.
something about Biggie. They always said something about him and stuff like that. But I mean, the human trafficking is what got me. I was like, I can't believe that.
That's big, Lottie.
Some of the other stuff I believe.
When you realize that not itself, human trafficking is a whole other subject by itself. But if that is so big and I think that's bringing just as much money as narcotics.
More, I think they said more money than narcotics. That was the biggest business to be in.
Exactly.
So, and I believe it because he always carried himself as he had so much power. Remember back in the days when Wendy used to say stuff about him and he got her fired from the radio
they came
station.
After Wendy for talking about
yes, I wish we had Wendy right now because we need to know. We need to know what's going on.
Yeah, because Wendy used to tell everything. I miss poor Wendy, but I know. I really miss her because she used to tell everything and she didn't care.
And she was telling, and the reason why they didn't like her was because she was telling the truth. And that's why he shut her down a long time ago.
It is a matter of time.
See, Cat Williams, he's been talking because he's been telling everything.
Well, this is the year of the 2024 is the year of revealing. So whatever's in the dark is going to come out to the light. That's why I feel like everybody is about to be implicated and going down. Whatever.
But is this the year for to come after come after the black men and stuff? Because I mean, I was totally upset when I heard the stuff about Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I'm still having a hard time comprehending what they were saying about him. And I was like, that's not true. I know that's
why is that true? Why is that true, Lottie? Because you don't want to believe it.
I don't know. I don't want to believe it either.
I just can't believe that. And I'm saying to myself, he's a man first. He's a man first. And that's how we have to look at pastors and stuff, that they're a man first. But it was just shocking when I heard it because, when I listened to him preach and, it's like he just gets it right to the point. And when he's talking, it's almost like he knows how you feel it and what you're going through and stuff like that.
He getting it all right. He getting it all right.
Well, you know what? Then you shouldn't have been over there at his house and at the parties because you know exactly what he was known for and what them parties in. So if you was caught over there, then hey.
That's why they got those little black books and those checklists and people taking videos and cameras to say who was there, who was not there. So you can't say he wasn't there, right? You can't say he was there. The thing is, what is going to be his defense when he's at the pulpit for that story?
Well, I mean, I know he has somebody he has to answer to. I mean, we all gonna answer to the same person. He got to answer to as well. But it's just funny, like everything is coming out about each one of them, even with Jay-Z and all of them, about the woman that he had before. He married Beyonce. I mean, it's like, what is going on? Like now, they're telling on everybody now. So whatever everybody's been doing, I don't know what's going to happen when all of them, they'll be on this. I know they'll have different trials and all that, but I've never seen this like one rep behind the other. Why is everybody talking? All of a sudden, everybody's telling
because
everything.
I guess everybody is tired. So whatever's in the dark is gonna come out to the light. I mean,
And I think,
I just think he should have sat. He should have just went somewhere and sat down after they seen what happened to R. Kelly. I don't even understand why they were still doing what they were doing.
I think sometimes they getting too big for their bridges for themselves, and there's people over them that's kind of manipulated and directing that industry and giving them these. Listen, they're like, listen, we're gonna let you get for so much that you're gonna have to step down. We're going you're getting too big for yourself, and you got other people that's controlling that industry that you don't see.
Yeah, but the thing, like with P. Diddy, like, I mean, he made all this money, in the music business. I mean, I've heard how he have used some of his, performers, how, he didn't treat them the way they supposed to be treated and everything. But I mean, the music business, they're making a lot of money, but to get into like human trafficking and all that kind of stuff, like, I don't understand why would you have to go that direction. That you can't still just make your money, in the music industry or whatever. Why now we decide that we want to go off, doing
it's more money,
crazy stuff like that.
There's more money, more power.
More power. It's about the power. Exactly. I think it's more about the power than the money.
Mm-hmm. Well, how's that giving you so much power to go do these other crazy things like that? I mean, that's just you. Eventually, you're gonna get caught. I don't understand how you don't know you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught.
That's cocky.
They don't believe that.
Yeah, they don't. People are so cocky nowadays. Mm-hmm. And once you have the power, you think, oh, that can never happen to me. Think about all the years that he's been doing what he's been doing and never got caught. So you keep thinking when you do a crime and you don't get caught the first time, you might try it again and again and again. Eventually, we all know it's gonna go down. But you want to keep doing it.
But this is what I'm saying. Eventually you're going to get caught. But, well, I don't know. All I can say, Diddy, well, I feel bad for you now at this point. I mean, I was loving it. I was loving your music and everything and my big friend Biggie, But, hey, if y'all going to jail, ain't nothing I can do about you now.
Right. I think it changed what they have stood for and what cases. So it's not like, okay, I don't like him, this, that, you become judgmental. But I hope they did at least invest their money with that their kids can able to at least reap the benefit of these things. Because once you take them down, it could just trickle down.
They said that, Mace, there was a video with Mace saying that he was known to put everything in his mother's name. So I'm sure that whatever is done is in the mother's name and in some type of trust or whatever that they can't get a hold of it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, Tiffany, don't be giving away who he gave his money to, to everybody.
Well, Mace did. I didn't do it. I watched the video from Mace. That's what he said.
Oh my goodness!
Well, I'm pretty sure they got. I don't know why Kelly didn't put away some money. I'm sure he must got something stuck somewhere.
No, he broke.
He wasn't. He wasn't smart. He wasn't smart.
He was smart.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he put some money someplace. We don't know or whatever. But I mean, in his case, I was like just not devastated, but I was like, I just still couldn't get that straight with him. I said he's such a genius. Writing the music and everything. And I'm like, how could you be this smart and a genius and just doing stupid stuff, like this here with these young girls when all these women is at your foot can give it away to you free. Please.
Control.
Yes.
So young girls and stuff like that.
Because he can control them more than he can control a grown woman. Yeah. What he look like trying to control you.
Anyway, then, hopefully they pull through and get out of whatever it is they're getting into. But I just want to let everybody know that the Bed-Stuy Lions Club, which I am the president of the club, we are sponsoring a Stop the Violence workshop on April 13th. And we would like everybody to come out to discuss this topic because our city is in a crisis. Our family members are dying left and right, especially young people. And this is going to be done by the Department of Corrections. And it's going to be done at Wayside Baptist Church, 1746-60 Broadway. and that's between Rockaway Avenue and Chauncey, and that's on April 13th at 1:00 p.m. So spread the word, come out, let's talk about it. Let's, talk to the young people. Let's see what we can do together, as people, because we need to stop what is going on, because our children they're out of control. This shooting, this slashing, it's just too much. I've never seen this in all my lifetime, and I've been here for a long time. So come out, spread the word, let all the young people know. The parents, you need to come out with your children as well, and let's talk about this issue and see what we can do, because it's just too much going on. With all the killings, and the guy that pushed the man in front of the train as the train was coming into the stop. It's crazy. It's like, what is going on? Are we in the Twilight Zone? I don't know where we are anymore. I don't know what's
the bad
We're
time.
in the Wild Wild East.
Yeah, right.
You what? You said you at what?
I said the Wild Wild West. I said, no, we in the Wild Wild East.
The devil is running rampant.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yes.
He's running
Okay
rampant.
then. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, ladies, for coming on for our Hot Topics, and thank you for joining us. And make sure you tune in every Tuesday at 8:00. You can see us every Saturday at 5:30 on Brick and at 2:30 on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. So thank you again. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Today's show is sponsored by Abu's Bakery. If you have a sweet tooth, stop by Abu's Bakery for some delicious cakes and pies.
Would you like beautiful pictures for your home or your office? Then stop by Faith Art Gallery. They have a large selection of pictures from around the world.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon. It's Shannon. It's Shannon.